My name is Alex, and this is a relationship storm I've weathered, a complete betrayal. The surprising culprit was none other than my once deeply beloved wife. I discovered a lipstick at home that I had never seen before. While on the surface it seemed like a trivial matter, given my wife's aversion to makeup, it raised suspicions of something unusual. Sometimes, things that defy the norm act like a fishbone stuck in your throat, causing anxiety and unrest. So, I began to pay attention to her every move, trying to find some clues. One night, she claimed she was going to spend a relaxed evening with her girlfriends. The lipstick that had originally been on the dressing table was now nowhere to be found. I believed she had put it in her handbag. Though I struggled internally, persuading myself that it might just be innocent socializing with friends, as I watched her car disappear around the street corner, my body was brutally honest and accelerated to catch up. I decided to follow her. As she entered a bar with her female friends, I noticed a stranger, a man who seemed to maintain an intimate distance with her. I parked my car in a less conspicuous corner and stayed inside. Before everything unfolded, I needed to maintain enough composure and patience. Half an hour later, they got up. Another female friend hailed a taxi and left, while she and the stranger, after a brief conversation, got into her car and drove away. My mind went blank, and I think anyone could sense what would happen next. As I watched the red tail lights swallowed by the darkness, it felt like I had lost the courage to follow. To follow meant facing the reality of betrayal, risking the loss of a peaceful life, and, most likely, losing her. I was driving aimlessly, perhaps truly a coward unable to face reality. But fate always enjoys playing tricks on you. After I lost track of time, I saw her red Chevrolet around the corner of a lane. I called her but received a rejected call. Sometimes, when the storm is approaching, facing it seems like your only choice. I approached quietly and found her sitting alone in the car, looking somewhat disheveled. I questioned her about what happened, and she hesitated, claiming it was just a night of high-spirited fun with friends, so she decided to rest in the car. However, I sensed the unease and guilt in her eyes. She noticed me staring at the used tissues scattered in the back seat, slumping in her chair as if giving up resistance. I insisted on her unlocking her phone, and after a moment of hesitation, she finally agreed. In her phone, I discovered a series of shocking messages and images, proving a physical relationship between her and that unfamiliar man. My heart was torn, anger and disappointment intertwining. I swore to get a divorce, but she pleaded desperately, promising it was just a momentary mistake. I decided to end it, and we embarked on the path of divorce. While she enjoyed fleeting joy with another man, did she ever think that she had already pierced the heart of someone who loved her with a sharp knife? In the initial stages of separation, I plunged into immense pain. Sleepless nights and days immersed in memories of the past. Divorce wasn't an ending but a new beginning. For me, the day I finally emerged from the haze was the day of rediscovering myself. The days after divorce weren't easy, especially when facing loneliness and memories of the past. However, I worked hard to pull myself together. I threw myself into work, focusing on my career, seeking new life from the painful past. Efforts in the workplace gradually paid off. I got promoted, met outstanding colleagues, and made genuine friends who became pillars of support, helping me overcome the emotional haze. Yet, even as life gradually improved, the betrayal and hurt from the marriage remained a deep-seated thorn. I struggled to avoid negative emotions, but every nightfall brought moments of loneliness that involuntarily made me recall the woman who once broke my heart. One day, while working late at the office, I received a call from an unknown number. A lady introduced herself as Lily, a friend of my wife during her affair. She felt deep remorse for silently witnessing everything. Lily proposed a meeting, hoping to apologize and reveal some truths. In that moment of our meeting, Lily confessed everything to me. She explained that she had been an accomplice to my wife's infidelity, and it wasn't just a momentary mistake on her part. This stirred waves in my heart, but at the same time, it dispersed the fog of past lies blown away by the wind. I realized that the problems in this marriage had long existed, and I had been deceived all along. Despite facing more pain, I decided to accept this reality. Lily's confession made me understand that even in the darkest moments, there are sincere people supporting you. It might be friendship, it might be family, or perhaps a form of empathy. But in any case, they all wish to help you dispel the dark clouds of the past. I learned to let go of resentment towards the past and embraced my own pain. Starting anew is not an instant process, but I've come to understand that only by releasing the past can we embrace the future. My story, starting from a storm of emotions, is now evolving into a journey of self-redemption. After a storm, one must find themselves again.